Have you ever wondered whether or not you are doing a good job raising your child? Have you ever wondered what we can give them? Before our kids are born, we decide what we want them to learn from us and what example do we want to avoid at all costs. To be able to do this, we use what we learn from the mistakes of our parents as well as the positive examples. Once our child arrives and we get to work, we raise them to be good, to be curious, and have a thirst for knowledge. But while we raise them to develop, learn, and change, something very interesting happens. They raise us to develop, learn, and change. So what happens when life creates this interesting situation when we learn from our kids? Are they returning what we gave them? 11 years ago, I had a job. I was in a loving relationship, and I had momentum in life. 3 months after my daughter was born, I went to the routine exam. What started out as a boring X-ray soon showed a tumor in my lung. The news terrified me. When I got home from the doctor's office, my first reaction was hug my daughter and cried. I knew I had to fight, but I did not know if I had a strength. It is so easy when you give others the advice, but what happens when you are on the receiving end of the same advice? Why is it much more difficult to do it than to preach it? Just as I was about to embark on the greatest challenge of my life, a road that would require every drop of strength I had, I found myself fighting another battle. A battle that was sapping me of my energy and my will to live. A battle of depression. My depression was partially fueled by doctors being unable to give me a clear path to follow. Some said operate, the others said don't. I had no idea if I will live or die. Finally, a doctor put his hands on my shoulder and convinced me to monitor the tumor. If nothing has happened over the next few months, it will likely be a tumor, but not a cancer. The doctor never operated on my tumor, and I carry it everywhere where I go, even today. But there is more to the story. How do you live with a ticking time bomb in your body? Physically, everything was fine, but deep in my soul, I was lost. On a cold winter day, I was sitting in our living room. Everything was quiet and warm and dark. And I pondered my life. What will happen? Do I have a future? Is it worth the fight? If I don't care it, who will take care of my daughter? Then, as I threw back my tears, this little girl came into the room and said, "Mom, don't be so sad. You are the best mom in the world. I am so proud of you. You are not alone, and if you have a problem, then we solve it together." I began to cry, and little did I realize that a transformation was happening. A seed was planted. This little girl was wiser than her mother, and with those words, changed my life. By holding a mirror to my face, she convinced me that we have a partnership. I have to do my part, and she will do hers. So I reminded myself about what is important, create a plan, and step by step, I implemented it. In that powerful moment, I realized that instead of me having taught my daughter taught me. And if I am not on that moment, I will miss it, and everything else what follows from that moment. Being open to accept help from someone has nothing to do with pain, but pain certainly tends to make a person more receptive. Sometimes it is in this moment of destination that wise words are whispered to us. And those words may very well come from the most unexpected source, someone a mere fraction of our age. My daughter was right. I am not alone. I will never be alone. And I found not just myself, but I learned something special. And in that time, she was one of the best teachers ever had. So, ask yourself again, are you doing a good job raising your child? And then ask the second important question. Would you realize when your child is raising you? And when the answer is yes, then you got something special.